All right, guys, another video here for you. As you can see, NHL 20 showing that trailer, and I'm just using it as a backdrop. I'm not necessarily going to hone in on what's being shown in the trailer, which I will reference some of the information, but it's not so much, talking specifically about NHL. I think it does a great job representing hockey. Again, I'm novice to the sport as a novice viewer, as well as just knowledge of the sport. So I don't know how well it does or doesn't replicate hockey, but from what I see on TV, I think NHL does a great job with it, and it looks like 20 will be the same. But I will address some of the things that they're advertising in the trailer, like RPM Tech 2.0, contextual shots, signature shots, and things of that nature. And I asked the question, man, are we finally starting to see the beginning stages of shared technology, more and more? The reason why I asked that question is if you think about what's being advertised for Madden this year, it lines up with what NHL is doing in the gameplay area. They're focusing on making gameplay more authentic, as far as the sport itself, as well as how it looks. Okay, now, of course, we can all argue, if it's completely there for either sport. No, I'm sure it isn't. I mean, we all know Madden still has a ways to go, but it's starting to shape up and it's starting to introduce more authenticity, as well as, again, the way things look. Talking about the RPM technology now 2.0 that they're advertising for Madden, same way they're doing here in NHL. Signature animation, all right? Not a whole lot of players yet have their full signature capability, but as you can see, both Madden and NHL are both introducing that, and you would only imagine that that will continue to grow. At least that's what we hope, right? So finally, we're starting to see improved player movement. Well, NHL has always, been a step above Madden in my opinion, but we're finally starting to see an emphasis on that and signature animation. And it appears that both NHL and Madden are pretty much working off of the same type of technology. Now, here's the interesting thing. We were told the whole Frostbite, inclusion would be what would allow these games to share technology. Remember when they introduced Frostbite into Madden and they were saying that the idea is for everyone to be running on the same code and, just having one baseline for everyone and one foundation? The interesting thing, though, is NHL is not on Frostbite. It's still not on Frostbite. The only games that are on Frostbite in terms of sports, to my knowledge, is Madden and FIFA. So that's very interesting. So it makes me wonder what technologies and what techs are they able to share, and what are they sharing that is not yet driven through Frostbite, right? Because my idea would be, as a whole, I think EA Sports, what they should attempt to do going forward is everything should have the same foundation. Meaning, it should be the same structure for all of your sports titles. The foundation of franchise should be the same for all sports titles. The foundation of general core gameplay mechanics, and not necessarily, I guess mechanics would change, but the way gameplay functions in terms of player movement and interaction, those type of things should have the same foundation across the board. Presentation should have the same foundation across the board. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, it seems like things like that should all be standard across the board, and then you build them out to work according to that particular sport. That would be the idea. That, to me, that should be a no-brainer. That should be automatic. When you have a company that produces multiple sports, there should be one baseline. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to point that out, man. Get that information out there. I continue to emphasize that, and hopefully that's the direction EA Sports is going in. You always hear me, make my comments about EA Tiburon versus EA Canada and how EA Canada seems to excel more in their products, but it shouldn't be that way. EA Sports as a whole should have the same core package, an overlay package, all of that presentation. It all should be a core base, a baseline for all of them. And then you just basically code it or tweak it or augment it to fit the sport that you're representing. Football would have its overlays and presentation package and gameplay style and franchise style. And then the soccer with FIFA would have its own, and NHL would have its own, and Live would have its own, but it's all one foundation. You understand what I'm saying? I hope that's what they're going towards, but I kind of went off on a tangent a little bit there. But like I said, man, I asked the question, and I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that we're finally starting to see technology shared amongst the EA Sports titles? I surely hope so. But that's going to do it for this particular video, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, cut on your notifications, hit that like button, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Until next time, let me know what you think. Peace.